Hello everybody. In this video we are going to discuss Midnight's Children. It is a famous post-colonial novel by Salman Rushdie and it is published in 1981. The novel combines history, fantasy, magic realism to present the story of India after independence. It mainly follows the life of Saleem Sinai, a boy born exactly at midnight on 15 August 1947. The moment India became independent, because of his special birth, Salim believes his fate is connected to the fate of nation itself. Let's dive into the detailed summary of the novel. The novel begins with Saleem Sinai, the narrator, urgently telling the story of his life before he dies, as he believes his body is literally breaking apart under the weight of his history. Born exactly at midnight on 15 August 1947, the moment India gained independence from British rule, Salim feels that his destiny is permanently connected to the fate of India itself. He starts his story with his grandfather Adam Aziz, who returns to Kashmir after studying medicine in Germany and becomes disillusioned with traditional religion after striking his nose while praying. Adam later falls in love with Naseem Ghani after examining her through a perforated sheet during her illness, and the two marry and move to Agra. There they witness political unrest, British violence, and the rise of Indian nationalism. Adam befriends a political called Hummingbird and shelters his secretary Nadir Khan beneath his floorboards. After the Hummingbird is assassinated, Nadir secretly marries Adam's daughter Mumtaz, but their marriage ends because Nadir is important. Mumtaz later marries Ahmed Sinai, changes her name to Amina, and moves to Bombay while pregnant. Ahmed and Amina buy a house from Englishman William Meth Holt just before independence. On the midnight of independence, Amina gives birth to Salim, while another woman, Vanita, gives birth to Shiva. A nurse named Mary Pereira secretly switches the baby as a private act of revolution, causing poor and rich identities to be exchanged. Consumed by guilt, Mary becomes Salim's caretaker and eventually confesses the truth years later. As Salim grows up, it becomes clear that he is extraordinary. He develops telepathic power through his unusually large nose and discovers that all children born during the midnight hour of India's independence possesses magical abilities. This midnight children symbolizes the diversity of potential of the new nation. Salim gathers them mentally in a telepathic conference, but religious, social, and political division prevent unity, especially because Shiva creates conflict among them. Salim's family later moves to Pakistan during political unrest and war. During an airstrike, most of the family dies, and Salim loses his memory after being hit by the Speedon. He joins the Pakistani army, witnesses terrible violence, and escapes into a jungle before eventually being recognized by the Parvati, which is presented as the witch, another midnight children. Salim and Parvati falls in love, but because Salim cannot father children, Parvati uses magic to conceive a child with Shiva. She later marries Salim, who agrees to raise the child as his own. Meanwhile, India falls into political chaos under Prime Minister Indira Gandhi's emergency. Parvati dies after giving birth, and Salim, along with the other midnight children, is captured and forcibly sterilizing during the government's sterilization campaign. After the emergency ends, Salim returns to Bombay, reunites with his son, and discovers Mary Pereira running a pickle factory as he finishes telling his story to Padma. His listener and future wife, Salim, prepares for marriage in Kashmir but finally succumbs to the cracks spreading across his body and imagines himself crumbling into millions of particles of dust, which is symbolizing both his own and an overwhelming burden of his story. So this is a very basic story of Midnight's Children. Thank you for watching.